Exactly.
Who's the dancer? Well, in elementary school, they like teach you that.
They teach you what?
Sometimes. Like in elementary schools, the curriculum isn't very developed, and so they still call a lot of Native American people Indian in elementary school.
Oh, in my country, we used to call them Amerindians, American Indians.
Yeah.
But still, they should be native.
Right.
That's what they are. They were here first.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the historical texts still say India because that's how they were written. And so in school, like, I don't know, I feel like they still teach Christopher Columbus as like a hero too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last time I heard, but that should be out of the books too, right?
Oh, yes,
so many things would be totally not true.
Well, the thing is with her, the historical person, she's the first prima ballerina of that origin. And so, and we were pushing back. She, is she Indian American? Is she Indian? I got so mad. Oh, she just didn't. And then we told her, she's like,
I just realized history, it's about who writes it.
Right.
Yeah,
that's so true.
They can write it their way, we write it our way, everybody writes it their way. So, like, what is the truth? We're not there, so we don't know.
Such old white men. Everything else.
Longer, who has more power to convince, and also what you want to believe too. So it's up to you as well. Hi, Peggy.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. I don't see my friend Bradley. What is he at?
He's on the couch in the den.
Oh, okay.
So he's relaxing somewhere else.
Relaxing. Well, that's what we do here.
Yes.
So let's start. So today we're going to work a lot on the psoas, a little bit of the hips, and the neck and shoulders. All right, so we're going to start sitting just to get our bodies and minds present. And I just came back from a trip to the desert, and the desert has such a beauty, such a stillness, and such an openness to it. So after you stay there a few days, you learn to appreciate it. And I did a few hikes, and that was amazing just to see all kinds of, on this bare land, you see these beautiful cacti with these beautiful flowers. It's like, wow, you know, it feels like a different realm, you know. So that's what I enjoyed last weekend, and I'm sorry I had to cancel the class. So, but it's good to get away. So I encourage that. You guys do it, go and travel, enjoy life, and live your life in the moment. Which I'll have a poem about that. Some point in class, I'm going to read you a poem I wrote in the plane when I was coming back. Because I got so inspired and it felt so good. So let's start with a breathing meditation. So just sit down comfortably, sit bones on the floor. Maybe you need a blanket or a block underneath your sit bones. And let's inhale, bring the shoulders up and drop them back and down. And release any tension along the sides of the neck. Just a little bit of movement, something intuitive and not forced, just to feel your body more freely. And the next breath, we're going to work through this alternate nostril breathing. We're going to rest the middle finger on the eyebrow, between the eyebrows. And we're going to cover the left nostril with a ring finger. And let's go ahead and inhale through the right nostril. Exhale through the left, covering the right nostril with your thumb. Inhale through the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Pause at the top. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Continue a few more cycles on your own, following this pranayama. Inhale through one nostril, exhale the other, and have a little bit of pause between the breaths. And notice the space you create in the lungs when you hold the breath. The clarity you may notice in the mind when you have those brief pauses between the breaths. You create also very small gaps between the thoughts. Those are glimpses of clarity, space, eternity, when everything is just gone and you just experience the blissful moments. So try and dwell on those moments, those glimpses. And as you notice them more and more, they will tend to expand. This is a great way to bring the mind back into balance. It creates new pathways between the left and the right hemispheres of the brain. Those connections, these collaborations and communications between those two sides of the brain are useful. Or if we always feel like we are too much into the left side of the brain, too anxious, too logical, too persistent, then we need to temper it down by working with breathing through the left nostril, which activate the right side. So in order to get more calm and peaceful, let's just breathe through the left nostril now. Cover your right. So breath in and out through the left nostril, activating the moon side of the brain, the calming, soothing, relaxing hemisphere. That is good for creativity, for relaxation, before sleep. You will start to kick in the parasympathetic response in the body for rest and digest and relax. It soothes the nervous system, slows down the heart, and slows down the mind. Few more breaths here. And if you ever notice in the morning when you first wake up, you may naturally already breathe through the left nostril because overnight your body gets a chance to rest, you're in sleep mode, your nervous system is relaxed, your body is relaxed, your mind doesn't have much thoughts unless it's dreaming. So you're really gonna breathe naturally to the left. And then as you start the day, you breathe more and more to the right. And when that gets to be extreme, we kind of go crazy. And then you can balance it back by breathing through the right, or through the left nostril. All right, finish that cycle and take a moment and see how you feel. Noticing the changes in your body feeling, your chemistry, your sensation of your own body, and your mind state. The emotions and the spiritual side, we affect all of those as we breathe a certain way. All right, great. Now we're gonna start our first posture. For this one, I'm gonna have you just stand up. So it's easier done when we stand and we can use our legs to get us nice and strong and connected to the earth. So get your feet a little bit further than the hips. And then extend your arms to the side with the palms reaching up to the sky. Okay, now we're gonna drop the right ear to the right shoulder, just as much as you're able, gently. Rotate the head to the front and to the back. Just really releasing, activating the sides of the neck, all the way to the base and down the arm. As we do this, we are working into the yang meridian, which is on top of the arm, all the way to the neck. And it's also the long meridian. And now you can just hold it still, ear towards the shoulder, no movement. Just feel that pathway being opened, released, activated. All right, bring the head back to center, keep the arms where they are, and drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Do a little bit of half circle here from the front to the back. Just moving the neck sideways and then back to the front. Just feel the tension, bring your mind attention to it, bring your breath energy to it, to release it, to transform it, transmute it into better flow, better energy, increased meridian and circulation. And now just stop being still, just hold that ear towards the shoulder and breathe and notice where the stagnation happens. And that's what you need to be with your mind and your breath. Your positive intention for change. Good, release the head back to center and shake down the arms. Sometimes they get really heavy when you do this at first. So it's good to kind of release that stagnant energy we've just been working to let go of. Shake the arms. All right, next one is gonna be for the in meridian, the inside of the arm. So we're gonna bring the palms up this time, arms out with the inner part of the arm and the palms down rather. Okay, so we're exposing the inside of the arm and the palms are reaching towards the floor. And we're doing the same thing, right ear towards the right shoulder. And start to move gently from back to front, activating this in channel, the heart meridian as well. And releasing through the vagus nerve, the muscles of the neck, the scalene, all through the lymphatic flow in the armpits, through the arm. And now see if you can be still, just letting that ear drop, keeping the rest of the body solid, engaging into the feet. Strong foundation, be strong like a mountain. And let that tension go. Breathe into it to release it, to transmute it. Take it out of the body. Inhale, bring the head back. Exhale to the left side. This is gonna be heavy, right? Because now you realize how much tension you hold there. It's not the fact that your arms are heavy, it's that tension that's heavy. So drop the left ear to the left shoulder and start to move gently back to front. We hold the world on our shoulders, don't we? Especially as women and mothers and providers and so forth. We feel like we have to carry it all and it becomes too heavy. It becomes a burden and we forget that we need to release. And now just let that ear drop naturally with a pull of gravity. Take those long breaths. And if the arms become heavy, it's just because you're transferring that heaviness of tension from the neck into the arm down the fingers. So let it flow down your fingers and then we'll make sure we shake it out at the end. And if you feel like Jesus on the cross, yeah, you do carry the same burden as he does, or probably even more these days. That's why it feels whatever we carry is not the body itself, it's not the bones, it's not the muscles, it's the emotional luggage that we carry that affects us. And inhale, bring it back. Release those arms, let the head go too. So come forward a bit and let the arms shake, let them move the head a little bit. Just let that all be released out of your extremities through the fingertips. All right, great. That should feel much better. Now let's take a moment to really feel this energy. So we are in this gentle standing posture with the knees softly bent. So you don't have any tension anywhere. Bring the shoulders back and up. Drop them down. Palms are like suction cups. So your palm is gently open and relaxed. And just sink into your feet. And your spine is tall and active, like somebody's pulling you from the crown of the head. And let your body be and feel the energy. Because you are a simple ball of energy. There's energy inside of you called chi, and then energy outside of you everywhere. And we are part of this energy and we share this energy. So it's good to know and feel our own energy, to know the boundaries, and also to know where we can expand into. Because there's always more chances for expansion. But we always kind of constrict and contract because of fear. So let's have this energy flow through your body, feeling your strength, feeling your chi. And in order to feel this chi even more, we're gonna add a little bit of movement here. We're gonna rub our hands together, create some heat. The heat is energy, right? We're enhancing the energy we already have. So we can feel it and trust it. The energy is traveling through you right now, through all your meridians. And now to activate the end of the meridians, we're gonna rub the fingernails together. Now gently release the hands. And you may feel that energy as a tingling sensation, a heat, a vibration, traveling from your fingertips through the arm into the neck and head and shoulders. Just take a moment to enjoy this energy. You may feel it in the middle of your palm as a pulsing sensation. There's all kinds of chakra or meridians or wheels of energy throughout the body. There's about 108 of them. So this is the one in the palm or fingertips that you may feel right now. Good, hope you guys felt something. And if you didn't, that's okay, because it's there, you may not be able to feel it yet. Okay, let's come to our first in pose. That was a little bit of yin and yang combined. Now we'll do more in. So we're gonna bring the left knee out to the side and drop the elbows to the floor and then sit back like you're doing a half child's pose. So right knee is bent, sitting back towards that right heel. And the left knee is open to the side. To get this groin area opened, the hip and hip flexor. Just breathe here as you stretch your hips back. Arms can be on the floor or on your blanket or bolster if you need more height. You can rest your head on the floor, I guess. That first exercise we've done standing was mainly a Qigong type exercise. Qi means energy and Gong means working or moving the energy. That neck exercise is very, very important and very easy to do. It's recommended to be done every morning. So hope you guys felt the benefits, even if it was heavy or uncomfortable at first. Try and do it more to benefit your flow. Your chi needs to move and it gets really stagnant in these areas of the neck. And we'll actually have a full 6-week Qigong series coming in July that I will lead in my Sunday class. So maybe you guys can join for that. It's really awesome when you start to feel your energy and you realize that you have energy and you can actually use it, manipulate it, change it, transform it, all of those things, store it and everything like that. Now, if you need a little bit more here, you can extend out through the heel, opening more into that left groin and inner thigh. But don't force it, only if your body is okay with that. And start to walk the hands to the left edge of the mat, opening that right side body. So you're gonna create a little C shape on the right side, curving up that side body to open through the rib cage and armpits. Deepen the breaths and hold the breath in the body to open and expand the right part of the lung, which has 3 lobes. Lower lobe, middle lobe, and upper lobe of the lung can expand, create some space, more breathing ability, more capacity. And then exhale, fully squeezing the navel to the spine, just really expelling all the stagnant energy out of the body so you have more room for fresh energy. So in yoga is just to get back to yourself, to recover, to reset the nervous system, the glandular system, to really be in touch with all your body parts. And we take time in this yin yoga where we hold the poses long enough to get the benefit. So we get to become that rib cage, we get to become the hip, to understand it, to listen to it, to see what's going on, to change what needs to be changed, to really be a good friend to our bodies. Just how many times do we go against the grain of our body? Do we go against the energy? We top it off, we go a little extra mile and we think we can do it, but we borrow on tomorrow's energy. And then we get depleted and stressed and tired and sick. Inhale, walk the hands back into center, and then in towards the body, lift off from this pose. Bring the left knee in, and open the right knee out to the side. Stretch back towards the heel to get into that half child's pose. Good. And drop to your hip as much as possible and open that right knee. Maybe it even needs a blanket on the outside. Yes, good idea. Put a blanket under that knee so your knee doesn't struggle. And find a comfortable place where you can hold, where you can be still and really observe the breath and observe the body. Just be a good friend to this part of the body that maybe is screaming a little bit today. And start to walk the hands over to the opposite side. Just opening up into your right side body. Or into. And see where the sensation moves to now. You want to find the deepest sensation and help it out to release, to change. Is it below the rib cage? Is it on the top of the hip bone? Maybe it's still the groin. Just find those areas and surrender into them. Let go, relax, soften, transform, transmute. The energy is really never lost. It's just transformed all the time. And even the energy in our own body, we can change it from tension to something better. You can extend out the leg if you'd like, if you're willing and able to, or you want to try and see how it feels. If it's too much, you can always back off. You want to have a gentle pose where the body can release gradually, progressively, and naturally. We always have to remember the 3 principles of yin yoga. Finding a comfortable posture to hold for a long time. Finding the breaths. And allowing the time to take effect. Good. Let's go ahead and as you inhale, walk the hands back in. And come to a tabletop position. We're going to continue to our next pose with the right foot coming forward. So step your foot in the front. And here we're going to need maybe more cushioning under the left knee. We're going to walk the knee back a little bit more until you find a good stretch in the front of the hip. And then maybe we need a block in front of the body to rest our hands or elbows on to create a deep stretch in the psoas, hip flexor, and quadriceps muscle. Yeah, there you go. Right foot forward. So it's like a low lunge. You're sitting in a low lunge with the knee on the floor. And then drop your weight down as far as you're able. Nice. This is going to open the biggest muscle in the body, the quadriceps femoris, and the very tense area in the hips, the hip flexors, because they always sit at 90 degrees, so closed off most of the day when we sit. Then we curl up in bed and we go into a baby ball position and we don't let the hips open, most likely. So try and sleep on your back, or at least fall asleep on your back if you can, so the body can stay open and rest in that position. Because that's when the meridians can recharge and reactivate and flow without being constricted. This one is a very stubborn muscle, very thick, very dense. So we're gonna spend enough time here. You can go up to 7 minutes. We'll try 6 today. We already done 2 minutes, almost 3. Yep. Make sure the breath stays comfortable. You're not struggling in the breath. Taking long breaths with pauses and then long and deep exhales. You want to maybe lengthen the exhalation to at least 1.5 than the inhale. So maybe you inhale for 4, pause for 4, and exhale for 6 counts. Or even 8. Now to activate the right side a little bit, we're gonna walk the foot to the edge of the mat and drop into the edge of the foot. So we open the inner thigh on the right. Yes, Natalie got it. You got it, Laura, yes. And then keep walking forward, see where you are with this one. So it's like a lizard pose. It's called a lizard. Keep that deep connection with the breath. The breath is your chain, it's your leader and your guide. It tells you how you feel. You're feeling overwhelmed. Back off a bit and lengthen the exhalations. If you don't feel energized enough, breathe deeper and hold the breath in the lungs longer. So we need to learn how to use the breath in beneficial ways. If we feel we cannot take a fresh breath in, maybe we have not exhaled properly. Most likely when we cannot inhale is because we did not create space in the lungs for the new breath. We did not exhale properly. So let's remember that. This may be uncomfortable in a moment, but keep it on the edge, not too uncomfortable and not too comfortable. So you want to feel a sensation, but not being sensational. We have a few more breaths here. Great. Okay, inhale, bring that right foot in. And exhale, we're gonna reach back a little bit towards the heel. And we're gonna have a stretch in the back of the right leg. So here we can have the two blocks on each side of the foot to have our hands on if they don't touch the floor. So this is like a half splits, Ardha Hanumasana. Stretch enough weight back over the sits bones, and then we're opening the right back leg. Nice. This will stretch the right side of the back of the leg from the pelvic floor attachments all the way to the Achilles tendon, through that whole hamstring muscle and tendon fibers. The hamstrings are a bundle of all kinds of fibers. They are really thick and they get very dense and very stiff because we sit on them all day long. Hopefully not, but some of us do. All right, we're not gonna hold this one too much longer. So we're gonna bring the foot in and transition to the third position on this side, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So bring the foot to the other edge of the mat and start to lean forward over that bent knee. You may still need your block in the front to rest your hands or your forehead on. It's a pigeon pose or swan pose, Kapotasana. So the left leg extends back behind you and right knee is bent. Right foot can come further out and up towards the mat, the top of the mat, or you can keep it low to the hip level, depending on where you are with the hips today. Deepen the breath. Allow the body to find a place where it can be still and enjoy. We're opening up the TFL and the piriformis in this pose. Piriformis is a tiny muscle on the side of the hip, not very important on its own, but it becomes very important because it's a pathway for the sciatic nerve. All right, let's inhale, walk the hands in next to the body, stretch the right leg back. Inhale, come to your tabletop for a moment. Feel your body and feel any differences in the hips, back. And we'll bring the left leg forward now. So let's walk that right knee back a little bit and rest it on your blanket. Make a soft spot for your knee. And then exhale, walking forward, hands on the block or on the mat. All right, good. And keep your posture here and breathe. Relaxing, softening, to releasing through the jaw, through the neck and the face too. Because we're trying to relax the hip, and on the other hand, we may contract something else in the body. So try to surrender here. Just really let go. Allow and receive the benefits of the posture. And don't try to make anything happen. Don't force anything. Just a gentle stretch here, where you can progress gradually, softly, and smoothly with no discomfort, with awareness and joy. Now shift the weight into the edge of the left foot and maybe bring it out to the edge of the mat. And open on that side. Notice if there is any difference between the two sides. What messages are you getting? Where do you need to be focused on? And what can you release in that area? What can you let go of? Is it physical? Is it mental? Is it emotional? What holds you back in this one resistant point? We work on the Psoas, which is part of this one area we're working on now. We can release a lot of emotional luggage because the Psoas stores a lot of memory of the past. And it can be a good release just to breathe it all out, let it go. We store the unprocessed emotions in the body, in the hips, neck, shoulder, the belly, everywhere. And we carry them with us all life long, not necessarily, but we just don't know any better. But now we do. Use the out breath to release, to let go. And use the inhale to energize that area and to force it into release. To shift the energy, we need action, we need energy to transmute, to transform. It's a passive kind of action, but it's still action while helping it to release from the inside, from the deepest areas. We're not making it happen, we are allowing it to happen. All right, guys, let's release that one slowly, coming back in with the foot. And now we'll transition into that half split. So sink your weight back, bring the toes towards you, and get your hands onto your blocks here maybe. You need 2 blocks, everybody has 2 blocks, you okay? Yeah, and sink the weight back over the right heel as you open that whole left side. Notice how you feel. Find that comfortable, that sweet spot where you feel something, but not too much. Connect with your breath. Send the breath where it needs to go. Your body will tell you. Your body has a wisdom of its own, and we just forget to consult our own body. We rather consult a doctor. He knows better, but he doesn't. You know your body the best. Of course, sometimes we wait and we don't listen to the small messages, and we wait until we got a major disease and then we need a doctor. But if we really tune into our body and we go day by day connecting within, we will know how the body feels, what it needs something, what it needs to let go of something. And we get to balance our internal energy and create more chi more flow, we get good sleep, we get good nutrition, then we really take care of our body that way, then we may never need to go to the doctor. Because the body was supposed to heal itself. But when we go past its limits, when we don't listen to the body, it loses that ability. We get to heal when we sleep, but if that sleep is not quality sleep, then we don't get to heal. The body regenerates. All the cells get to regenerate in sleep. But it depends on the quality of the sleep. If you feel like you need to yawn or sigh, that is a good sign. You are releasing stored tension and negative emotions. All right, let's gently transition to the swan shape. We're gonna bring that left leg over to the right and drop the knee down and then hover forward over that bent knee. Yeah, use those blocks and use the blanket to feel comfortable. And find a good position where you can hold the right leg extended behind you. Leg and foot and ankle aligned. And then drop your forehead towards the floor. Or rest it on your blanket or block. Notice the body softening and letting go further and further as you hold. Reposition if you need to, make it easier. And continue to hold stillness, acceptance, connection. Connect with your body and accept what it's at. If you're struggling, accept the struggle. If it's too easy, just bring it up a notch just to find that edge where you can grow from. 2 more breaths here, or 3. We still got a little time here. All right, let's slowly back off of that. Walk the hands in and stretch to your left side and bring the legs forward and get ready to lay down for Shavasana. So for this one, you can put your big bolster under your feet if you want the legs elevated, and let your small bolster under your back to open up the heart. So we can go like this to the tailbone with a small bolster and a big bolster under the feet. So we have nicely elevated legs and open heart. And then if you have a blanket in your chair, you can put your blanket on top. Get really cozy. All right. Ooh, that's nice. So make sure your sit bones are touching, the back of your sit bones are touching the ground. So you have that nice drop at your waist. Your belly is open. Feet are slightly apart with your heels towards each other and toes out, open. And then open up your heart. Maybe you stretch your arms to the side if that feels good. And start to connect with the breath. And notice the breath going into the belly. I want you to focus into this area below the navel, about 2 finger widths below the navel point. That is called the chi, the lower dantian, or the chi storage. In yoga, it's called the prana, the life force. And we can do some pranic breathing, which means we're gonna breathe directly into that lower point. So imagine you can breathe in directly into the lower belly. Don't even worry about the lungs. Just imagine that you're breathing into that area. Your imagination can make it happen. This is nourishing and it stores the chi in this area for later usage. The breath becomes long and slow and deep. So find your rhythm and let the belly rise and fall with the energy of the breath. Belly rises on the inhale. Belly drops back and down towards the spine as you exhale. Just feel this natural rhythm of life force flowing through your body. Nourishing, nurturing, supporting your life. Supporting you. Now I will read you this poem that I wrote recently. It's about the mind. It's called Mind, Friend or Foe. We sometimes shiver in the cold, bare and dark winters of our own minds. traveling down its hidden slippery slopes, taking away like there's no end to it. You hardly breathe, you barely move, you struggle, you feel chained, circling around in the maze, consumed by your self-created demons. Self-fulfilling prophecy of an erratic, uncontrolled, and disturbed mind that only knows how to recreate itself out of its disturbed past, creating an uncomfortable but predictable future. I don't know what that is. It didn't come on my phone. It must be a test. Do you know of any test? It's a tornado warning? Okay.
Tornado alert, yes.
Okay. I'm surprised I didn't get on my phone. Okay, ladies, let's be safe.
Thank you.
I think this is a safe place.
Sure. Away from the windows.
You're right, away from the windows. This is all solid on this side. So.
Right. All right, thank you.
Okay, Peggy, see you soon, bye-bye. If you feel safer in your car, I understand. No, okay, then let's stay here over to this wall. And I'll continue to read a poem because that can keep you calm. Yeah, no, really. Let's all gather on this side and it should be okay. And the bathroom is to the right. So. I had no idea we had a tornado warning. Yes, I will finish it and I will share it. Yeah, it's, I didn't get it on my phone at all. Oh, that's true. I am because of the class. Oh, yeah, I heard her phone. That's right. Okay, I'm going to continue the poem. All right. So let's start from self-fulfilling prophecy of an erratic, uncontrolled, and disturbed mind that only knows how to recreate itself out of its disturbed past, creating an uncomfortable but predictable future. You call this thinking, right? But is it truly? You feel alive, being chased by your fears, dwelling much on yesterday, the shoulds and the don'ts. You lean against your tomorrow, the maybes, the have-tos. You lose the opportunity to inquire. You simply forget that there's a present where everything miraculously happens. You just have to sit, listen. Listen to what, you may ask? Listen to what the next steps will be and watch it manifest on the scene of your life. Can you simply do that? Will you? Sit back and watch the new life created ahead of you. You just became a creator. That's what you're meant to be in the first place. Trust, take action, and move forward with grace. You are meant to do this. You know how to do this. Like it? Yeah. Great. I've been over the years, I have a collection of them now. This year I wrote one for Mother's Day, one for Easter, one for Women's Day, and then this one on the plane. So in the last 2 months, I wrote like 5 poems. I'm in the inspired mode here, yes.